1-800-2-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give them a try. Call my injury guy.
Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you what is the number one asset, the number one most valuable thing that a lawyer has to offer you when you hire a lawyer in an injury case. What's the number one thing? Well, some people might guess, well, you can go to court and you can file lawsuits. Well, that's true. Only lawyers can file lawsuits on behalf of another person or a corporation. So that's a good answer, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Well, only lawyers can go to trial and represent another person at trial and try a case. And that's true. Another answer might be, well, attorneys have a certain status, and maybe you want a person with a certain status in front of courts or elsewhere to represent you. And that's not a bad answer, but that's not the one I'm thinking about. The number one reason, honestly, that you hire a lawyer, and the number one asset a lawyer brings to your situation, especially in injury cases, is their knowledge and experience in injury law, right? So if you watch some of my other videos, you know that I tell people it is often a bad idea to hire like a real estate lawyer who also does criminal and also does divorces as your injury lawyer. It doesn't mean you might not get a really good injury lawyer who happens to do other things, but each area of law has become so complex and time consuming that if I was looking for a lawyer in an injury case to represent me, I'd want somebody who only does injury law and only represents injured people. I would not want to hire a lawyer who spends his or her career defeating other people's injury cases to represent me as an injured person, because it's a different skill set and it's a different mindset. I've known many, many very talented, very knowledgeable, very skilled defense lawyers who spend their entire career fighting injury cases. And then they'll take a plaintiff's case. They'll take a case where they represent the injured person, and most of them cannot win a jury trial. They can win a jury trial on the defense side, but it is a different mindset and a completely different skill set to win plaintiff's trials than from defense trials. So, maybe keep that in mind. I bring it up because I had a situation recently where I had a very, very, very good settlement offer for a client in a very tough case. Like, the case was so tough that I think that if we went to trial, we would lose. And I know how to handle the problems with this case. I've got Jerry Spence College graduate. I'm a Keenan Edge Trial Lawyers College graduate. I am constantly reading and taking seminars on advanced trial practice and advanced, other topics too. I read books in related fields to see if there's some tips we can use in our injury cases. And sometimes it's, it pays dividends. But the client really was resistant. They're like, look, I think the case is worth, $500,000 and not a penny less. And, I want to go to trial. And I'll tell you what I told them. I'm like, look, I have been doing this for a long time. And I have literally handled thousands of cases similar to yours. And I've tried a bunch of them. And when I tell you there are certain problems that are near impossible to overcome, and your case has 3 of them, not one of them. One of them would make me want to settle the case. Your case has 3 of them. And by the grace of God and determination and hard work, I've got you a 6-figure offer that is a really good offer. And as God is my witness, you should not walk away from this offer. It would be a big mistake.
Dang, this insurance company won't offer me a fair settlement. Insurance company won't offer you a fair settlement on your injury case?
Yeah.
You got an injury guy?
No.
Then you gotta call my injury guy.
If you've been hurt in a work accident or a car crash, or no matter how you got hurt, you want a fast and fair settlement, call My Injury Guy.
Call my injury guy. 312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give him a try. Call my injury guy.
And, you know, we went back and forth, and I finally said, look, the reason you hire a lawyer who's a good communicator, who has experience, who has knowledge, who goes above and beyond to be elite in their field, to be really, really good at what they do. The reason you hire a lawyer like that, sometimes it's to go to trial and win the case, but sometimes that same lawyer who can go to trial and win the case is the person with the knowledge, perspective, experience, and talent and skills to evaluate the case and tell you, boy, you should take that money and run. You really should. And it happens sometimes. Like, God knows, I take cases for people where other lawyers are like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, they're like, oh, get rid of those cases, handle like more lucrative cases, you'll make more money. And that may be true. It probably is true. It maybe makes me a worse businessman, but I think it makes me a better person to want to help people, even in cases where the cases are smaller or the cases are very difficult to win. Because I like to help people. And that's why, you know, I've been offered to join big law firms a couple of times in the last several years. And I turn them down. Like, in some ways, would it make my life easier? Yeah, I wouldn't have the administrative stuff to worry about. But on the flip side, I like it the way it is. I like this relationship with my clients. One-on-one, we talk, we discuss your case, we figure out your case, we handle business. If we like working together, my clients trust me, I have a nice relationship. I just signed up a guy in a case, and I was on the phone with him for like 40 minutes, and we talked about his case for 10 minutes. The other 30 minutes, we were shooting a breeze about his career, or, you know, his job and how he likes it and other trades and just stuff like that. I like to help people, and I enjoy talking to people and having a nice relationship with them. You know, you work at a bigger firm, they're always looking at the bottom line, they're always looking at the dollars and cents. You got a problem. You know, you're one partner of many, and they're going to tell you, you're too good of a lawyer to handle these smaller cases. Let's give it to associate know nothing, and we're going to have you work on these cases that you don't care about because you're good, you're experienced, you should be handling those. Not for me. I want to handle the cases I want to handle, right? So it's the knowledge and experience and perspective of a lawyer who has the client's interests at heart, but also has the intelligence, experience, knowledge, training to evaluate your situation, because sometimes you shouldn't go to trial. And sometimes you should take the six-figure offer, even if it's not quite up to the dollar amount you wanted. Because, you know, if you have a good lawyer who tells you, like, literally your options are, you know, this very solid six-figure offer, or we go to trial and you're likely going to get a not guilty through no fault of my own. I'm a very skilled lawyer. I know how to handle virtually any problem, but some cases have really bad problems that no one can fix. And when you have a case like that and you can still convince the other side to put six figures on the case, you would hope that the injured person respects that knowledge and experience of their attorney and goes along with the program. So anyway, that's the way I think about it. The knowledge and experience, honesty and communication of your lawyer, number one feature, number one reason why they're valuable to you. So anyway, hope that information helps you. Hope you and your family are well. Thanks so much for watching. And please make sure you watch till the end of the video. I have some killer tools and information for injured people that I give away for free to help injured people, whether they ever hire me or call me or not. So stay tuned to the end. I get a ton of positive feedback from the tools and info I provide to people for free. And thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you or anyone you know has been hurt in an accident and needs a lawyer or even just has questions, give me a call anytime, day or night, at 312-500-4500. You can call me anytime, day or night, and the consultation is free. That's 312-500-4500. Or if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer, I made 2 great tools that really help people out that you can use for free on my website. The links are in the description. The first one is called the Case Cash Calculator, and it tells you what your case might be worth. The other is called the Good Case Calculator, and it tells you whether you might have a good case or you might have a case with some challenges. The best part is that they're 100% free to use on my website, and it only takes you 20 seconds flat to answer 7 multiple choice questions right off the top of your head. And then you get custom information about your particular injury situation fast and for free. So check them out, links in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new videos every week, and this way you'll get notice of them. And if you have a question you'd like answered in a video, just leave a comment with your question in the comments section. Finally, if you enjoy my videos or if I've helped you in any way, I hope you'll consider doing me a favor. Injury law is a very competitive field, and I like having a small independent firm so I can help people who need it. People really rely on Google reviews when deciding who to hire, so I hope you'll consider leaving me a 5-star review on Google. It only takes a few seconds, but it's a favor to me that I would really appreciate. The link is in the description. You just go to that link, click 5 stars, say a kind word, hit submit, and you're done. Once again, I hope you and your family are well, and if anyone you know needs an injury lawyer or has questions, please send them my way by calling 312-500-4500. Thanks again for watching. Take care.
312-500-4500. If you got hurt, you gotta give 'em a try.